People these days use the word miracle for all kinds of things. You know, if their basketball team wins the game with a buzzer beater at the last second from the half-court line, oh, it's a miracle. Or you go online and there are ads for miracle cure for such and such a disease. I guess I use the word more tightly to say this is something that happens only because God got involved. And I believe I have come across some real miracles over the last year researching a book that's called Miracle Invasion, True Stories of the Gifts of the Holy Spirit in Our Time. 40 different stories cover all the gifts that are mentioned in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, happening here and now. Here, I mean here in North America, Canada, Mexico, US, and in our time, the last 15, 20 years or so. I tell the story of a 14-year-old boy, St. Louis, out messing around on a frozen lake with two of his buddies in a January day. They get out toward the middle a little bit and break through the ice. And the two other guys get out. This boy named John cannot get out and sinks to the bottom. Everybody's yelling, screaming, calling for the 911, EMTs. It takes 15 minutes actually for the EMTs to get out there, get on their gear, get the boy out of the water, by which time there is no pulse, there's no breathing. Put him in the ambulance, race for the hospital. The ER staff spends another 27 minutes trying to revive him and is just getting nowhere. Finally, the ER doc calls the boy's mother into the room and she says, "Can I touch him?" And she says, "Okay." Takes hold of his feet and begins to pray, and as she is praying, the boy coughs. And he is revived. He's still got all kinds of lake water in his lungs. He's probably terribly damaged by lack of oxygen. Well, 16 days later, he walks out, a normal kid. I tell the story of a grandmother in Ontario who's been blind for 12 years because of diabetes, which is messed with the retinas in her eyes, going to a church, and on a Sunday night, her sight is restored instantly. And the neat thing is the church's video cameras are running. So the video clip can be seen, and I put the link in the book. Tell the story of a businessman right outside Atlanta whose business is just really falling apart. He's about to go broke, to the point that he is seriously making his plan to commit suicide. Doesn't tell his wife. He's just got his plan all in action on what he's going to do on a Sunday afternoon. And at the end of a service, there's a word of knowledge through the pastor who says, "I don't usually do this, but I sense the Spirit saying somebody is about to commit suicide. Don't do that. God has better things in mind for you." Those are just a few of about 40 stories that appear in this book. There's a website, you can read all about it or find out how to get it, called miracleinvasionbook.com. The stories are there and the reader gets to be the judge.